And a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live in Americus, Georgia, the Susan K. Smith Tennis Complex, number 3 singles, our featured court here on the singles side of play today. Our guests, the Phillies from Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. We'll refer to them as ABAC, which is just down the road in Tifton, Georgia. Probably about an hour away, give or take a little bit, depending on how quick you're driving here from Americus. So a short trip for ABAC. We're at number 3. Number 3 singles. Probably a little more than an hour. Forget I live a little south of here, so it takes me an hour, probably a little bit closer to an hour, hour and a half. For still not a bad trip for the folks from ABAC to come into town. And you are looking at number 3 singles. Representing the team from ABAC will be Agustina Diaz. You just saw her play in number 2 doubles. She was also on our number 2 doubles court, our previous broadcast here before we went live, in an 8-2 win over Georgia Southwestern, the doubles team of Kendall Crew and Annalise Leahy. But now we're on to the singles side, and for Miss Diaz, her opponent today will be Georgia Southwestern's Charli Allen. Excited to bring you the play-by-play and a little bit of the coverage here. The ladies will play a best 2 out of 3 sets here on court 1, our featured court women's singles action. The men from ABAC are also playing against our GSW guys today, so the 8 courts at the Susan K. Smith Tennis Complex are full, and singles play is about to begin. We've got 3 singles here. Directly to our right, this is the farthest left court. Directly to our right is number 1 women's singles. And court 3 is empty, but I believe that'll be ladies probably. Number 2 singles. Here's number 3 where you're watching today. And then on court 4, it looks like it's number 4 ladies singles and Annalise Leahy in action. Then a couple of men's courts. Again, there's 5 on this row and then 3 courts behind, or to the other side of your far screen there, 3 courts behind. 3, 4, and 5. A few of the men's soccer players here watching the action today. And with that, we are underway. Charli Allen to open things up. The service game for GSW. Ball a little deep. Love 15. When these 2 teams actually met in Tifton, Georgia, back on February 20th, and Miss Diaz played number 3 singles as well that afternoon. She defeated Kendall Crew 7-5, 6-1 in that match. Also, again, that was number 3 back in Tifton. Now she's got a new opponent, and that's Charli Allen. Charli's been getting stronger as the season has moved on, earning her way up to the 3 spot, and that one will go wide, 15 all. Charli played number 4 for GSW back in February and was Georgia Southwestern's, or earned one of Georgia Southwestern's 2 team points with a win that day. She won at number 4 singles, 6-2, 6-2. So now she'll move up a slot here at number 3 and see how things fare today. 15 all. 15-30. Miss Diaz, a native of Argentina. Augustina Diaz here in the near court for A-back. Backhand wide. Game evens up at 30 all. $30-40. And that one comes right up by our broadcast table. Well, it went a little bit long, so a break of serve to open up the match for A-back. So as they switch sides, we'll get our service indicator light going there. Missed that the first game for you, but A-back is up a break early in the match. Again, you're watching number 3 singles. Beautiful afternoon. A little coolness to the air with the breeze, but a warm, sunny blue skies in Americus. Not a cloud to be found. Temperatures in the low 70s. We'll see where we're at now at the start of this match. And that one will go a little deep and wide. So the score evens at 15 all. Well, it hasn't quite got to 70 degrees yet. It felt like it was warming up a little bit. I'm showing 68 degrees, sunny skies here in Americus. Winds, easterly winds 6 miles an hour. Picked up a hair from the doubles match, but it kind of will settle down for a bit before it'll slowly pick up with that breeze, that slight breeze, but very warm and comfortable day to be watching tennis. 15 all is the score in this game. And that one right in the corner, 30-15. 40-15. Charli has 5 singles victories this season. She has played anywhere from position number 3 to number 5, although 14 of her 17 matches have been right here at the number 3 spot. And that one sails a little deep. 40-30, still a game point for Miss Diaz. And Aback. Drop shot. Charli will get there. Good angle. Nice shot. She'll force deuce. Miss Allen, a sophomore. 5'4" sophomore from Carrollton, Georgia. So that ball goes out. It'll be back to deuce. And Charli's got a break point. Try to get this thing back on serve in the early going. Just in the second game, just underway here from the Susan K. Smith Tennis Complex. Drop shots there, just beyond the reach of Miss Allen. So we'll go back to deuce. Oh, that high lob to the deep in the court bounces up. You saw it so high, Miss Diaz could hardly get up to reach it. And it'll give Miss Allen another break point opportunity for the Lady Canes. Try to get it back on serve. Advantage GSW. Good approach. Out of the reach. Back to deuce. Advantage GSW. This is at least, I want to say, break point number 3 in the game. Opportunity for Charli Allen here. See if she can get the third time's a charm. Advantage GSW. Good backhand. That one, ooh, just over the net, the reach, and it sails long. Back to deuce. It's been a good game. And a good point. Both sides patient, rallying for the opportunity in there. Miss Diaz takes the shot when the window was open, presented itself, and now she'll have a game point. That one will go wide. Back to deuce. The game that just will not come to a close. Back and forth they go to deuce one more time. If this is any indication of what lies ahead in this match, we've got a pretty good one coming your way here on the Surge Sports Network. So another game point opportunity for ABAC. Double fault back to deuce. So I mentioned at the end of the doubles broadcast, there's a handful of games left in the season for the Lady Hurricanes. A couple of them added late because of rainouts. Rescheduled dates from earlier in the season. Good backhand. Charli aggressive on that one. Now she's got a chance to put it away. Takes an extra shot, but she does it. Good network. And another break point. Number 4. Off this weekend. Then the Lady Hurricanes are going to meet West Alabama in Columbus on the Columbus State tennis facility on Monday. Good wide serve. Pushes it back to deuce. West Alabama, again, the opponent on Monday for GSW. Then it's a rescheduled match. Tuesday they go to Young Harris for a Peach Belt Conference matchup. Thursday they're at West Georgia, so they'll head to Carrollton. She comes in on that one and puts it away, so advantage for ABAC. And then 1 week from Friday is now the final match of the season. Rescheduled home date against Augusta University Peach Belt Conference match. We will have the number 6 singles match from the women's matchup. That day broadcast right here on the Surge Sports Network. Into the net, back to deuce. Doubleheader action on the 13th, Friday the 13th. We'll have number 3 men's doubles and then number 6 women's singles, the featured matches. That's out wide. Another break point, number 5 for Charli Allen and GSW, trying to get this match squared away and back on serve here in the early going. Good long point, but it ends with one in the net. And we'll go back to deuce. Charli mixing up the pace a little bit. Some high floating balls. Lots of top spin to the back, to the baseline. And then she followed it up with a hard backhand. Tried a second one, and that's the one that... So mixing up the pace. Nice shot into the corner. Backhand is a solid shot from Charli Allen, and we'll go back to deuce. I've lost track of this one. It's fairly even with break points to game points, both having around 5. If Charli can get another shot at it, it'll be her 6th break point of this game. Nope, this will be a game point coming back to Miss Diaz. Deuce. I think that one might stay in. Yep, she's going to hit it out of the air. And a game point for Miss Diaz. Home fans showering Charli with a little encouragement to keep going in this one. She's got to fight off another game point. Good backhand inside. Out backhand to the far or to the corner, and we'll go back to deuce. Well, folks, you're getting your money's worth in this game. It's been a heck of a back and forth affair. These two ladies try to put 2 winning points together in a row and get a win in the game column here. Low slice. Charli reaches there. Just not quite enough on the volley. Game point back to ABEC. Second serve coming. Just over both sides. There's the put away. Well, it was a heck of a game. But in the end, Miss Diaz holds. ABAC leads 2-0 in the first set. So we'll bring it back here to the near side, and Charli Allen will be serving, I should say, in search of her first game in the match. That was a heck of a marathon there. Double digits, I had to guess. At least 12 or 13 deuce points, maybe even more. Winner shot there. Winner will leave in the score at 15-all. $15.40, that one out on the line. Great angle. And the game and another break goes to Miss Augustina Diaz from ABAC. Well, she has fared well on attacking Charli's serve. A couple of breaks now. They'll switch sides. And Charli Allen from Georgia Southwestern still in the hunt for her first game in this one, despite that marathon game we saw when it was 1-0. So the ladies switch sides. We'll step away for just a moment. We sure do appreciate you tuning in today. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University women's tennis here on the Surge Sports Network. Sorry about that. A reminder, fans, that Adidas, the apparel and footwear, official athletic footwear and apparel provider for Georgia Southwestern Athletics, Adidas and Georgia Southwestern in year 2 of their partnership together. Adidas, the exclusive provider, once again, of headwear, footwear, and apparel. Even some of our GSW athletic equipment. I believe there's baseball and softball using some of Adidas's gear. And Adidas, we're happy to be in that partnership with the Three Stripe brand. We get back to the action. And a couple of points from Charli Allen out of the chute here on the second service game of the match for Miss Diaz. Now a little closer to your camera view here on the near court. Serving Love 30. And that one will bounce right up here to our camera table. Right to my feet. We'll get it back into play for the ladies here. Hold on one moment as I throw it back in. No souvenir for me. I got to give it back. So with this match, this game score rather, all back to even as it's 30 all. Lady Hurricanes this season have an overall record of 7-13. Lady Hurricanes hold a winning record when they're outside of the Peach Belt Conference, the competitive NCAA Division II Peach Belt Conference. They're 0-7 in conference play, 7-6 when facing teams outside of the Peach Belt. Game point for Diaz. That one's on the line. She comes to net. The passing shot. Excellent shot from Charli Allen, and we are going to do something we're very familiar with here on the Diaz serve, and that's go back to deuce. ABAC with, I believe I counted 9 wins in their spring season. That one's out, a break point for Miss Allen. Short ball. Probably gets to it, but the passing shot will miss wide, and Charli Allen is on the board. GSW with a break of serve. 9-4 is the overall record for ABAC this spring. So we'll get the win in the GSW column with that break of serve. And now it'll be up to Charli to try to do something she hasn't been able to do yet today in singles play, and that's hold serve. She got one of the breaks back. She's still down a break in the match, however, and now serving love 15. Oh, Charli with a good get, as that was a good ball from Diaz into the corner. Can't put away the shot at the net. A decent crowd on hand today. A mix of students and parents, even in the middle of the afternoon here on a Thursday. A couple of break points coming up for Diaz. But we've got, looks like we've stretched it to over 50 folks here. Again, a few more parents and grandparents have trickled in. And that one will go long. So Allen shakes off one of the break points. She's got to get through one more. And it'll go wide. So Allen does a good job to shake off a few of the break points and work the game back to deuce. And she'll have a game point. School bus crossing behind us, or on the road behind us. The road here at the public road runs parallel to the baseline behind us, just the curb about 5 yards behind me, so very close. You can hear the cars passing by throughout the broadcast. Time for Allen to see if she can get her first hold of serve here. Diaz waiting for these balls to come down. So that one's called out, called deep on the play. It looked from our vantage point to be pretty close. We'll work it back to deuce now. Hard to see from up here. Diaz with the better vantage point. So Ms. Diaz with a break point opportunity here to go back up a couple breaks in the set. And in fact, she does so. So the ladies will switch sides. Ms. Diaz to serve Up 4-1 in the first set when we return here on the Surge Sports Network. Of course, fans, don't forget that you can connect with us on Twitter. Just subscribe to this channel, or excuse me, on YouTube rather. You can subscribe to this channel. Click the little red button at the bottom, the subscribe button. You can get alerts of whenever we go live with one of our home broadcasts, if you so choose. Speaking of live broadcasts, we've got two coming your way tomorrow. The first will be men's tennis. Men's tennis tomorrow. It'll be number 2 doubles and number 6 singles against Bruton Parker College. 2 o'clock the start time on the Surge Sports Network. Again, tomorrow it's men's tennis that will be broadcasting at 2 p.m. Following the men's game, we're just going to trek on over to the baseball field, Baseball Hurricane Stadium, which is just about, maybe 50, 75 yards to the left, probably closer to 75, the backstop. To the left of that fence you see on the side of your screen where the ladies are sitting down. So not far of a trip at all. We'll pick up our gear after the men's tennis against Bruton Parker tomorrow, and we'll head over for GSW baseball. Peach Belt Conference action, the Hurricanes taking on Columbus State University. 5 o'clock your start time. If the tennis goes a little long, we'll stick with the tennis until its conclusion and then make our way over for the nightcap. GSW baseball here on the Surge Sports Network. We hope you can join us. So trying to add to her lead and hold serve, Miss Augustina Diaz from ABAC. Now they're on the far end of your court. And a couple into the net from Charli Allen here on this service return of service game for her. On the near side of the court. Well, ABAC is up a set already at number 2 singles. They're just starting the second set for Maria Tabuada and the Lady Canes at number 2 singles. Number 1, which is right next to us on the right. Hard to see. It looks like it's 5-2 in favor of ABAC. That one misses. And so Diaz holds serve. To go up 5-1 in the first set. Bring it back to the near side now, and Charli Allen will try to keep the set alive. and Diaz able to hang in there and eventually push that one into the open court, as Allen had a lot of ground to cover to get back over. Did good job to get to that first short ball, but too much ground to get the follow-up. So Allen will try to shake off a set point. Goes back into that corner. And a nice shot by Charli will push this game to deuce. Short ball here. Oh, into the net. A break point opportunity here, and a point for the first set. There's the backhand. And that one is called deep. So the first set goes to ABAC. And Agustina Diaz. The ladies will try to regroup and catch their breath before we head to the second set of action here from the Susan K. Smith Tennis Complex. It'll be ABAC and Miss Diaz's serve when we resume play. We'll throw the camera over in their direction for a moment as the ladies take a quick rest. And get ready for the second set. Let's zoom in a little bit for you. Hard to see everybody there, but a nice pull in your way. But we're going to cut the sound for just a moment, and we'll be back shortly for the second set of action. Number 3 doubles here in the matchup between Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, ABAC, and the Lady Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern State University. So a good start to the second set. That's one thing Charli has been able to do well, is put it in very competitive and tight games, make things very difficult for Miss Diaz on her serve today. She'll get a look at a second serve here as that one just goes out a little wide. If I've heard things correctly, this should be a break point for Charli to open up the second set. Just something she's been unable to close in on. Had some opportunities in the first set and just couldn't come through with that big point, except for one time to get the break of serve. And that ball is in. It was called in, but official just confirming it. But the ball is in and a break of serve for Charli Allen and GSW to open up the second set. So a good start to the second set. Charli Allen with a break. Out in front, she's down a set. Now serving for the first time here in set number 2. Love 30. Off the tape, and it stays on the GSW side of the net. Love 40. So several break points ahead for ABAC. Chance to get back on serve early going in the second set. .30-40, so she's fought off a couple of the break points, and now one more to go. And a let called. The ball from court 2 makes its way in there in the middle of the point, as you saw on your screen, and we'll do it all over again. And there's the break point. Back on serve in the second set. Diaz now to serve for ABAC on the far end of the court. Oh, nice shot. That one mishit. We'll even this game back up at 15 all. $15.30. Oh. Coach Sewell just informing me that Hurricanes did get a first set out there. I want to. It was 7-9-0 in favor of ABAC when these two teams met in Tifton. So the men trying to get a win. And it was Stephen Blythe who got the first set here today. He jumps between 1 and 2 singles. Last time he played when we had our broadcast, he was number 2 singles, but he wins the first set. Again, the Hurricanes on the men's side didn't fare well against ABAC when they met back in February. Charli Allen, that one sails long. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, got one of GSW's 2 wins on the women's side, and really the only one to get a win based on a head-to-head match. The other team point came at a default at number 6, where ABAC did not have a player available that day. So a 7-2 win back in February for the ABAC ladies, and the only head-to-head matchup that was a winner for GSW was right here with Miss Charli Allen. Again, as I talked about earlier, she played number 4 singles that day, and now she's playing number 3 here today. Well, the break point opportunity lost there. And let called with that ball coming onto the court. So despite all the action and the flurry, we'll just set it up for a serve and do it all over again. So Ms. Diaz for ABAC able to fight off some break points and come back to hold her serve and go up 2-1 in the second set after taking the first. So when we resume play, Charli Allen from GSW will serve. We're on serve here in the second set. And fans, you can connect with Georgia Southwestern on so many different platforms. Our website is gswcanes.com, gswcanes.com. All your news and info on not only Lady Canes tennis, but all of our athletic programs. We are on social media. We're all over social media. One way you can catch up with us is on Instagram. On Instagram, it's GSW Hurricanes. GSW Hurricanes. You see it on your screen there. Follow us on Instagram today. We'll be back in a moment. It looks like the break will be coming to a conclusion here momentarily. We talked about the baseball team being in action tomorrow. The next home softball doubleheader comes 1 week from Saturday, April 14th, 1 o'clock start time. So a week from Saturday, the Lady Hurricanes entertain the University of North Georgia in Peach Belt Conference action. Again, that's 1 week from this Saturday, our next broadcast of GSW softball on the Surge Sports Network. right here on our channel. Subscribe today, real easy. You can get those alerts of when we go live, so you don't have to worry about checking your calendar. We'll let you know when we're up and streaming. Softball again a week from Saturday. North Georgia, number 2 team in the country currently in the NCAA Division II level. Lady Hurricanes hopefully up for the challenge that afternoon. Tune in again 1 week from Saturday. That's April 14th at 1 o'clock. Good backhand. Now see if she can follow it up. Goes back to that corner. The shot to the corner falls for a back, and it's love 15. $15 all. Oop. Tennis-wise, I've talked about it. We've got a couple of broadcasts left. Tomorrow it's the men. Number 2 doubles, number 6 singles in action. Our featured courts, 2 o'clock start against Bruton Parker. And then a week from tomorrow, in the season finale for both GSW tennis programs, it'll be Augusta Peach Belt Conference action, and we've added that date to broadcast. So the next 2 Fridays you can catch GSW tennis. The Augusta match will start at noon, however, noon on the 13th. Our first match of that afternoon will be number 3 men's doubles. Followed by number 6 women's singles. Alexandria Rhodes, the women's player, highlighted on that added match against Augusta. Shot goes in the net, and a couple of points now for Allen. Trying to hold serve and stay on serve. You're in the second set. We haven't formally introduced you to Miss Charli Allen. We're going to do that here in just a moment. As we've made our way through the match. Get that slide up. We told you a little bit about our hometown and what have you earlier. We'll see if we can remember to do that between games for you. Out wide. Point. Allen, a sophomore. Good point from the ladies there. A nice exchange. Oh, I'm sorry, we got the wrong service. There we go, fix that for you. Nice backhand from Charli. Ripping that one for a winner. Double fault. So the ladies exchange, I believe, break of... Nope, they don't actually. It's a big point by Charli Allen to get the break and go up in the match. 3-2. We're off on our scoreboard there for a moment. It'll be Allen's serve when we return. So I mentioned the chance to meet the young lady that is playing in front of you here for Georgia Southwestern. Charli Allen. Sophomore, 5'4" sophomore. Carrollton, Georgia, 5-12 singles record this season. On her way again with 9 career singles victories for the sophomore. She's looking to hold serve and stay out in front here in the second set. Lob goes deep. 15 love. 30-15. All. Nice shot down in the corner. 40-30. They'll go to deuce. And a game point coming up for Charli. Another one, see if she can hold on here. She's up a break in the second set. Back to deuce. So a break point coming for A-back. Good backhand. Good backhand. Back to deuce. See if she comes back this way. And the break point. And there it is. A break point and a break of serve for ABAC. We're back on serve in the second set now. 3-3 the score. And now Ms. Diaz will serve for ABAC on the far end of the court. Good backhand. So 1 and 2 singles matches have concluded on the women's side, both in favor of the visiting Phillies from ABAC. Moving on to five and six singles now, finally getting a chance to come on the court as the top 4 positions in both the men's and the women's side filled up the 8 courts. Now they're getting that second wave of matches going. Good spot on the line. Ooh, has a chance. Not quite enough angle back on that to that corner. Goes deep. Point for ABAC. And that one cuts right back in on the hands of Allen, and you can't keep the return in the court. ABAC Diaz holding serve for ABAC as the ladies will switch sides. Allen to serve when we return. We're on serve in the second set. Ms. Diaz from ABAC up a break, or excuse me, up a set rather, but on serve in the second. Georgia Southwestern Athletics can be found on Twitter. Follow us today at GSW Athletics, GSW Athletics on Twitter. We're also proud to partner with the Roman Oven Pizzeria. They're a sponsor and a partner with Georgia Southwestern Athletics. The Roman Oven Pizzeria, well known for their pizza buffet. You get a glimpse of it there on your screen, the pizza buffet. Only in Americus, Georgia, can you find the Roman Oven Pizzeria. Anthony and his staff not only offer the ever popular buffet with its desserts, salads, pizza toppings of just about any combination you can imagine on the buffet, but they've got a full menu of items, sandwiches, burgers, wraps. You can find it all. The Roman Oven Pizzeria. They're available. You can find them on Facebook. You see the website, romanoven.com. Give them a call. Stop in. Let them know we sent you. Get a peek at that GSW Athletics on Twitter. One final reminder. And I think we're ready to get back to the action. 4-3. A-back in front on serve. Allen serving on the far side of the court. Love 15. The lob gets over. Let's see. Allen hasn't been at the net much here on the singles side of things, at least in this match. Good volley. There she's up tight or close enough to punch it away, and a good work by Allen to even the score of the game, 15-all. (30-15). (30-all). And the lob just high enough to keep out of the reach of Diaz for A-back. And a game point coming for Charli Allen as she looks to hold serve and keep this second set on serve. Oh, double fault time there. We'll push it to deuce. All right, she'll get another second serve. Nice. Had her leaning, comes back that way. And a good shot by Allen gives her another game point here. Hits the tape, stays on the GSW side of the court. And the ladies will go back to deuce. Advantage GSW. Got a chance. Yes. And Charli Allen will hold serve to keep this second set on serve. All tied up at 4. Diaz to serve for ABAC here in the near court. Nice backhand. Stuck with it after it hit the tape. Pulled it back across the court. Love 15. All. Nice backhand. Beautiful shot. 15-30. Man, she's been able to go to that two-handed backhand numerous times for winners in the match. So a game point coming up for ABAC here. In the second set. Diaz fight, or excuse me. She sticks with it and finds the opening to hold serve. So Allen will have to hold her serve to keep this match going. We're on serve in the second set. ABAC leads now 5-4. So the ladies switch sides. Told you about the one-of-a-kind Roman Oven Pizzeria. How can you not get through a Southern production without talking about the best barbecue in town? Well, Two Dukes Barbecue is a proud sponsor and partner of Georgia Southwestern Athletics. They're about a block away from campus, behind us on Tripp Street. It's got to go through a red light, and by the time you get to the next set of lights, you're there. As you're leaving campus, Two Dukes Barbecue. They got great award-winning barbecue, but not just that. Jay and his wife do so much more. They can cater, and the best thing is if you head on into Two Dukes Barbecue, you never know what you'll find as a special side or addition to the menu each and every day. They're constantly making homemade casseroles, various salads, coleslaw, all right there from scratch. One-of-a-kind eatery, Two Dukes Barbecue. Check them out. You can find them on Facebook at Two Dukes Barbecue. Back to the action. Well, Allen's got a hold serve. That's what it comes down to. Still on serve, second set. Diaz from ABAC looking to close out the match. And she'll get the first point. Love 15. Short ball coming into net. Good pass. She's got some open space and catches the top of the net. Can't get it past Diaz up front. And Allen's looking at a love 30 score. Second serve. So Charli Allen's got a lot of work to do here in her service game. She's got to, first things first, she'll have to try to fight off the first of 3 match points. She is able to take one off the board. Now Allen will serve 15-40. She fights off another match point. So 2 down, 1 to go. 30-40 the score in the game. Oh, that forehand gets away from her, and that will be the match. So ABAC takes the number 3 singles match this afternoon. It's Miss Augustina Diaz victorious for ABAC. The final score in this one, 6-1 and 6-4. 6-1, 6-4, your final score here. It's a good effort. Lots of fight from Allen. A couple of breaks, and she had a break in the match. Played Diaz very well on her serve. Just couldn't get over the top to get a few more of those breaks and pull out one of the sets. So Abek, straight set winner here at number 3 singles today. We sure do appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget, it's not that long. You have to wait less than 24 hours to catch the Hurricanes tennis teams in action again tomorrow afternoon. We go to the men's side. Bruton Parker College is the guests that will be here tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It'll be number 2 doubles for the Georgia Southwestern men, and the number 6 singles player Justin Ralston will be our featured match tomorrow afternoon. So we sure hope you can come back, but thanks for tuning in this afternoon. So get ready to send it off the air for you. Thanks again for tuning in. We really appreciate it. You've been watching Georgia Southwestern State University women's tennis here on the Surge Sports Network. Hope to catch up with you tomorrow.